Hey, Michigools, content warning. We are going to be speaking a lot more than we thought about suicide tonight. And if that is something that is triggering for you, you might want to skip this one. None of it is in detail, um, but it does get mentioned quite a bit. Thanks. Michiganders can be a superstitious bunch. We find all sorts of reasons to explain the world around us, sometimes pulling from science, sometimes tradition, and sometimes from our imaginations. What happens when we can't readily explain our experiences? And what happens when a ghost story gets out of hand? Do these legends stem entirely from fantasy, or are people seeing things no one can truly explain?
I'm Krista K. Coburn.
And I'm Kay Gray.
Welcome to Haunted Mitten. What's that? Another bridge episode? You bet. I mean, Michigan has a lot of bridges,
Yeah,
and a ton of those happen to be possibly haunted.
yeah,
They are
right.
said to be. Uh, I don't know what that says about the citizens of Michigan that we see a bridge and think, well, that's haunted.
That's on it.
Um, Maybe, everyone has a weird aversion to crossing water. Could all Michiganders be descended from vampires?
Dun dun dun. That's
That'd be
my new
cool.
theory.
I mean, I get
Well,
accused of being a vampire all the time, so I'm fine with bridges, though. I'm fine with. I think they're neat.
we don't see the sun a lot. Um,
Yeah, very true.
it's basically that. We don't see the sun a lot.
Not a lot of clear skies.
No, it's out today though, folks, and it is lovely. I definitely spent some time in it.
Yep,
The last episode we did on bridges was way back in season 3, if you can
that's
even believe
yeah.
that.
It seems like we just did it, but no.
No, that was
Yeah,
forever ago. We covered some good ones, like the Mackinac Bridge, and some duds. I am looking at you, Denton.
yeah. Big disappointment.
And since then, we've come across so many more. So let's jump off in. Let's jump in. Is that better? Let's jump in.
I mean, depending on the bridge.
Oh, you'll find out in just a bit, my friend.
Once known as the Pink Bridge, owing to it being a salmon pink color once upon a time, the Oakwood Avenue Bridge sits adjacent to Kiwanis Park on, of course, Oakwood Avenue. According to Rich Newman, who wrote the book Haunted Bridges, quote, this pedestrian only bridge is one of the few Whipple truss spans left in the state. It was once for vehicular traffic, but when the city opened up a new bridge a block away on Gold Street, it was transformed into a local landmark for a leisurely stroll. It crosses the Shiawassee River and looks like a nice little walk.
It's like a little greenery and a little nice, and it's in a park.
Yeah.
WFMK tells us that there are 3 Whipple Truss bridges left in the state, and that this one was built by the Wrought Iron Bridge Company of Ohio. The style is named after, and I kid you not, Squire Whipple. It
What
was
a
worth
name.
the 5 minutes of searching just to find that name.
Yep. What city is this, by the way?
Oh, that would have been a good thing to put in this, huh?
Yep. I remember this story. I do.
I don't know.
Like from way back when I read Haunted Bridges, like 5, 6 years ago. Maybe it's because it was a Whipple Truss.
Owasso.
Owasso. That's right, Owasso.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's Lansing. It's near Lansing. I know that.
I know this.
Because I know the streets in the river. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that would have been a good thing for me to put in this. But it's in Owasso. It's where it is. Um but if you're super into bridges, there's a little bit of info on it. I felt I should include some, even if I was like, the only thing I care about is this man named Squire Whipple.
That's cool that it's one of the few examples. We actually have a lot of like few examples of blah 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 design bridge left, or
Yeah.
last one, or there's a lot of that in Michigan, so it's pretty cool too.
Yeah.
So there's a legend, of course, behind just about every bridge, and this one's very Romeo and Juliet. Spoiler, spoilers. Uh,
Yes, spoiler alert on a Shakespearean play.
on the bridge,
Oh.
either. So the bridge was built on the cusp of the 1900s, and two young lovers, for reasons unknown to us, made a suicide pact. In 1900, they jumped from the bridge into the river, ending their lives. And like a lot of legends, we have no details, and a 10-minute internet search returned absolutely nothing but their possible ages, 18. We do, however, have some strange stuff happening on that bridge.
WFMK again writes, quote, people claim to have seen these two shapes standing on the bridge, while others have heard screams as the two apparitions relive their suicide. Some mortals say they feel blasts of frigid air as they walk over the bridge. There are those who admit they've always felt uncomfortable crossing it, nowadays and back when it was used for motorized traffic, end quote.
And Rich Newman says, quote, dozens of people have claimed to see the spirits standing on the bridge, while others have heard voices/yells, presumably them as they fell into the water, and felt unseasonably cold blasts of air hit them as they cross, end quote. So this is some popular theories here, or popular experiences. Some folks have seen the lovers jump off the bridge as ghostly apparitions, and were even able to make out their genders and clothing. That's pretty wild. I'm assuming the gender is based on clothing and not other details.
That's what it said, man. I'm personally not, we can't find these witnesses to ask.
Yeah.
It's probably based on what they were wearing.
Yeah, but it's clear enough that they see, oh, that's a man and a woman. That's not just two ambiguous figures.
Right.
One assumes. But whatever happened, whether it was a real incident or one created by belief, something spooky is definitely happening on that bridge. People are seeing stuff they can't explain.
Yeah. Aha, I named this city. Good. It's just the first one, I think. Next, we're heading to just outside Manistee to the old Stronach Bridge. The whole town, including the bridge, was named after John and Adam Stronach, who built the first sawmills in the area. This is no surprise to anybody who has listened to our podcast or just has ever been to Michigan ever. It's all lumber, baby.
Oh, yeah.
The population in 2020 was 180, so that tells you the size of the town we're talking about, if it can even be called a town at that point.
Village.
For the curious, yeah, the collection.
Yeah.
For the curious, the surname Stronach is of Scottish origin, derived from the Gaelic word Shronach, meaning nosy or curious, which makes us wonder what it is John and Adam's ancestors got up to earn that name.
That's amazing.
That just means nosy.
I love that.
Ah, those nosy. Oh, Shronachs.
Those nosy boys. On October 8th, 1871, incidentally, the day I wrote the section of the episode, a fire started in the village that burned most of it to the ground, or so Rich Newman of Haunted Bridges says. This is where the legend of the bridge began, unsurprisingly. Yeah. There are two versions of it. Again, this doesn't surprise me. The first legend says that an entire family, 2 parents, 2 children, were killed when their home near the bridge burned down. The second is that 2 young children either ran into the water or onto the bridge. It's a little unclear.
Yeah, it's not. The wording and it's not very good. I don't know, 2 kids.
Yeah, that's in a lot of these.
Fire. Yeah.
A lot of these stories, yeah. They ran away and they ended up in the water.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No matter what, Old Stronach Bridge is now haunted by 2 young children. According to WFMK, sorry, a lot of this comes from there because they're one of the few places that are like, that tiny little bridge is haunted. We'll write about it. Quote, the sounds of unseen children laughing, playing, and splashing in the Little Manistee River can be heard at all times throughout the night. Sometimes ripples will appear in the water accompanying the sounds, end quote. A few websites reiterate the splashing and odd ripples in the water, and a bewitching guide to Halloween.com says that the apparitions of two children can be seen standing on the bridge. But like splashing in the water just kind of tells me that there's stuff in the water.
Yeah. This just makes me think of NTG's play. It's a fish.
Oh, cryptic.
Yep. So, digging a little to find out more about the fire, other than it was the same date as the Great Chicago Fire, whole can of worms. You don't want to. We'll get into that in a later date, perhaps. It's there were a lot of fires at that time. Okay,
Yeah,
I think we
a
already
lot.
mentioned this. I think this season.
I think we did too.
Yeah,
I think we mentioned it maybe at least
yeah.
once a season.
Uh, it was a big deal,
Yeah,
especially for Michigan, because
yeah.
then they tore down all of our forests to rebuild the city.
It took all of our goddamn trees.
Yeah, pretty much. So the Manistee News put out an article on the history of Stronach in 2012 that says the fire didn't happen in 1871, but in 1885. Quote, in the spring of 1885, there were a number of fires in the woods around Manistee, and one of them found its way to Old Stronach. All the buildings but two burned, and thus ended the first village in Manistee County. End quote.
Oof.
Honestly, fires probably ended a lot of communities in Michigan.
Most likely, yeah.
Yeah.
The Manistee Times from May 16th, 1885 detailed the losses from the fire and also wrote, quote, the fires which were running through the woods north and east of the city the latter part of last week, Saturday afternoon, and destroyed every building in the village except the steam sawmill and an old dilapidated building, end quote. So we weren't able to find anything about a fire in 1871 specifically, but this 1885 fire sure did enough damage to completely ruin the entire town and everyone in it.
Yeah.
And perhaps this is where the ghosts from the bridge came from. Find a Grave has plenty of deaths in Manistee County from 1885, but none quite match with the rough dates given. So, as with all legends, it's up to our interpretation.
Yep. As we said, hearing splashing, that could be anything. It really could be anything. It's a
Could
river.
be fish, it could be eels, it could be a groundhog.
Yeah, things falling in
Yeah,
that
I don't
aren't
know.
people. Yeah,
But
could be lots of things.
cool that we found the actual fire and it's not just this fire
Yeah,
happened.
it maybe some people remembered the fire and then just kind of tried to put two and two together, and it's like, that must be haunted because there was this fire and it was really devastating.
Oh, for sure.
You know, but
Yeah.
at least there was a fire. Some of these we find absolutely nothing.
Like there was a fire. No, there's not. No one.
Yeah,
Nothing ever burned. Nothing.
we're like, there was this huge murder. No, there wasn't. That
No,
happens a lot too.
sorry.
Our next stop is a brief one. Trowbridge Road Bridge.
I
Good
know.
God.
No, I know. And it's literally like that. I know.
Yeah. Trowbridge Road Bridge used to carry cars over the railroad tracks in Bloomfield Hills. It was constructed in 1930 with other bridges over this railroad to help alleviate the growing congestion of Woodward Avenue. If you know anything about Woodward Avenue now, you know.
You know.
Unfortunately, the bridge was closed in 2017 and then torn down in 2023, which, if the stories of it are to be believed, it's maybe for the best.
Yeah. Trowbridge seems to be Michigan's version of a suicide bridge. Colorado Bridge in Pasadena, California is one of these as well. There have been dozens of suicides off that bridge, leading to high barriers being put in place to try to discourage others from following suit, although they don't really work. But but I was going to say my suicide bridge, the one from where I'm from. But it became a legend in the area filled with tales of hauntings and spooky feelings. There are others in the country as well, including one in Maryland that has a restaurant called Suicide Bridge next to it, which
Wow.
seems tacky. But
Wow.
okay.
Okay, Maryland. Jeez.
Yeah, I was like, Hey, maybe we don't do that.
Yeah. Dang.
Yeah, because when you first search it on the internet, it's like, "Oh, did you want this restaurant?" And I'm like, "I'm sorry? Did I want what?"
Dang.
Yeah.
Wow, Marylanders, you guys are weird.
You guys are fucked up.
You can imagine what Trowbridge was known for. The main legend is that one night from 8 p.m. to midnight, a teenager jumped from the bridge every half hour. A train finished the job from there.
Yeah, we don't need to
We'll,
talk about it.
we'll
It's
say.
fine.
Several sources also say the names that used to be spray painted on the bridge were the names of the teenagers who killed themselves. And wait for it, we have some satanic panic BS too, because of course
Hey!
we do. It's like bingo
I
here.
know. We should make a bingo for every season. Merch idea. It's ours. Copyright.
Yeah, yeah.
Haunted Mitten
Oof.
LLC.
We'll have to work on that. That could be. I was gonna say fun. I don't know about fun exactly. Be entertaining.
Entertaining.
A Bewitching Guide to Halloween wrote about an article that no longer exists. Love it when they do that.
Right?
In which a ooh,
That is how you spell it.
Michael, not sure, Babish,
Michaela.
yeah, Michaela, Babish of St. Clair Shores was interviewed by C&G News, so a local Detroit area newspaper, about stories he heard growing up in the area.
Quote, he said a priest confirmed to him that once that long ago local teens conducted some kind of satanic ritual there. What I hear is there was some type of incident that happened at the Trowbridge in the 40s or 50s that involved the death of some type of high schooler or middle schooler, and it is suspected that some kind of witchcraft or satanic ritual led to a mass suicide kind of thing, but the story changed every time.
Of course it did.
Yeah.
Sure.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
I'm sure it did.
Yep.
Nope.
I lived through the Satanic Panic. It was a ridiculous time.
Yeah. No. I would bet actual real money that nothing
Oh
like
my
that
god.
ever happened.
Yeah. Like Satan in the biggest of air quotes.
Yeah. Right?
But no matter what happened, people experienced some strange things on that bridge.
Yeah.
WFMK says one might experience, quote, unseen hands that seem to be pushing you towards the edge, voices that come from nowhere, and an occasional human shadow at the side of the bridge, end quote. And Rich Newman writes, quote, visitors claim that they see apparitions of children on the bridge and hear screams in the area, end quote.
Still terrifying no matter what.
Yeah, creepy. Very creepy.
Yeah. I don't really need any unseen anything pushing me towards the edge of a bridge. Thanks.
Nope. Everybody knows that feeling of like standing on the edge of something and like feeling like you're pulled down.
Right.
It's really scary.
Yeah. No, thank you. So we don't have any idea if there's any activity now that the bridge has been demolished, but if it was ever nearly as dangerous as the legends make it out to be, peace, good riddance. We don't need that bridge.
Yeah. Sounds like it wasn't needed for access or anything anymore, and if it was being used for by people to end their lives,
Yeah.
bye.
From what I remember right, is it was starting to get kind of ugly and it's Bloomfield Hills.
Oh, we can't have that.
And it was just like it was like it's like in a residential area, so it's not really getting a lot of traffic anyway, and they were like, well, that's ugly and this is Bloomfield Hills. So
And probably not safe if it's in a
and
neighborhood with
yeah,
children. Obviously,
yeah.
children are going to play on that thing.
Oh, of course, with a train running right underneath, like
Yeah. So
it's
yeah, it's
probably a bad
probably.
idea.
And if it was an eyesore, it probably was not structurally the best of shape either.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah,
But genuinely, I think one of the reasons they tore it down was because it was too ugly for Bloomfield Hills.
yeah, it was an eyesore.
Yeah. P.S. People outside of this area of Michigan, that is a really wealthy area.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know how much we love Michigan made Lynn B Designs 5 free vegan nail polish. Now we can all further pamper ourselves with scented cuticle oils, a quick absorbing and moisturizing blend of jojoba and grapeseed oils with vitamin E and perfume. Wrap yourself in the delicious aromas of chai spice, pistachio dream, fall vibes, or gummy bears if you're feeling sweet. Peruse all the new scents at linbdesigns.store. Once again, that is linbdesigns.store. We love you. I own so many of your nail polishes. Thank you. Sorry, all, but our next bridge doesn't get much better in the pure sad nature of it. But we still have to move on to Putty Gut Bridge. It's a great name
Yeah, what a name.
for a terrible story. It really evokes a kind of like whimsical feeling. It's like putty gut. Like I just feel like that comes out of like a fairy tale or something.
Yeah, or like a Dickens novel or something.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's in a very rural section of St. Clair in China Township, I think is how I pronounce that. It's not like China or
I
something.
hope so.
I don't
I
know,
know.
man. We have Mylan. How am I supposed to know?
Yep.
I look at any like normal word and I
And
know it's not
Lake
pronounced like
Orion.
that. Oh,
Lake Orion.
no, anyway. And it is right on the border with Canada. Like you keep going down that same road, like another 2 miles, maybe. You hit Canada.
Okay, you'll hit Canada. The legend goes that one night, a man way too drunk to drive careened down Putty Gut Road far too fast. Not realizing that recent rains had overflowed the Bell River and the bridge had been flooded, he washed right over the side and into the rushing waters below. Neither he nor his truck were ever found.
I mean, yeah, I haven't been there. But I'll be honest, just looking at maps and like Street View and everything, that doesn't look like a big enough bridge or a deep enough river. Rivers are really deceiving, so it might be insanely deep and just look really calm.
Yeah, I mean, we have a very high water table.
Yeah.
Um, hmm,
Um Wikipedia says that it is 75 miles long. Friends of the St. Clair River say it can get up to 13 feet deep, so maybe the truck just got washed down the river. I don't know.
yeah,
It looks kind of dinky, but I also don't know when Google took those photos. So,
right, right. Our rivers, of course, change very much. In the
oh,
springtime, they get very deep and rushy in
yeah.
the spring
Oh,
thaw.
yeah.
So, whatever the case, some very strange things have been witnessed on this little bridge. Park your car in the middle of the bridge around midnight, roll down the windows, honk the horn 3 times, turn the car off, and put the keys on the roof. Out of the darkness will come the apparition of a man walking toward your car from the road or up alongside the bridge, straight from the river. The apparition may be accompanied by a loud splash, as if the truck is crashing into the bell all over again.
Folks all over the internet have claimed to see the figure approaching out of nowhere. Although I'm not sure I would leave my keys on top of my
Yeah,
car on
what's
a
that
bridge
about?
in the middle of the night in a place that's known to others that people will leave their keys on top of their cars.
Yeah, no. That's a new element. The rest, I'm like, okay, there are a lot of places you do this.
Yeah,
That's a new element I haven't heard before.
I don't like it.
No.
Let's go to this place where people obviously know this legend and know that people leave their keys on top of their cars
Hmm?
and go fuck with these cars. Yeah. However, I think something even cooler happens on this bridge. We've got a ghost light, everybody.
Woo!
Woo! We haven't seen a ghost light in a long time,
I love a good ghost light.
right? Rich Newman says that once this ritual is complete, a mysterious ball of light comes bobbing out of the woods, only to float across the bridge and disappear again.
Okay, so we either see a man or we see a ghost light.
I'd rather see a ghost light.
I'd rather see a ghost light. Ambrose Hammond, author of Mysterious Michigan and the website of the same name, has had her own experience with the ghost light. Quote, I happened to be staring blankly in the right place down the road when a strange light appeared in the distance further down. The bridge is on a dirt road and there are homes in the area, But what was so bizarre about this light was how perfectly round it was, and it didn't seem to have any source it was coming from. It moved a little bit and then just blinked out. End quote. Amber Rose and her group did their best to try to figure out where the light came from, but couldn't find the source.
But hey, we have like a trusted source to us that has seen this
Yeah.
ghost light.
Yeah.
That's
I love
cool.
it when we have like close associations with things. It's not just
Yeah.
like, oh, somebody somewhere claimed blah blah blah. It's like, no,
Like, oh
this
no,
person that we've met and
we
have
met
spoken
her.
to more than one occasion
Yeah.
and her group
Like, oh,
witnessed it. Like that's great. I love that.
if we need to, we could just ask her.
Right.
There's a comment on her post on the Puttyget Bridge about another experience someone had there, so make sure you check out Mysterious Michigan. Just remember, should you decide to visit the bridge, there are lots of homes around it. Don't be stupid about it or cause a bunch of chaos, okay? I don't want any of that to get back to us. Disclaimers everywhere. Disclaimers. We are not
Yeah.
condoning anything.
You don't want those lights to be the lights of a police car coming to check out what you're up to.
Honestly, I just don't want any angry emails, man.
Well, I was thinking for the listeners, you're being selfish.
Oh, yeah. No. Well, I meant for us specifically.
Hey, we're reporting what other people have said. We're just aggregates.
If people go out and choose to do this, that's on them.
And clearly you can because people have investigated it. So
Right.
if you choose to go out and investigate it, which you can, just be respectful. Don't be an idiot.
Yeah.
Pretty sound advice for life, I think,
Yeah.
in general.
Don't be an idiot. Be respectful.
Yeah. Put that on a t-shirt.
Yeah, we could. Okay. We have one more for you. But it's last because we're not sure if it's even the right bridge or if it's even actually haunted. But it's on a few lists online, so we'll mention it.
I feel like there are a lot of places like this too.
Yep. Well, we'll figure it out.
Yeah, we always do. Sometimes. It's fine. Perch River Bridge might be outside of Sidnaw, Michigan, way up in Houghton County in the UP. The place we could find on Google Maps also isn't directly in Sidnaw and might not even have the name Perch River Bridge. But it is a bridge, and it is over the Perch River. So we're going to go with that.
Close enough.
Yeah.
It's close enough for me.
Let's do the hard-hitting investigations.
That I can do from my computer. Hey. I can't get to the UP right now.
Yeah, it's just like a 10-hour drive. Yeah.
And it's like winter. I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
Rumor has it that sometime in the 1930s, the Perch River Bridge got washed out in the spring thaw. A sedan, and it is described very specifically as a sedan with the 30s curves, chrome, and big headlights, didn't stop in time and went over the edge of the broken bridge. To make things even worse, in the car were a husband, wife, and their baby daughter. If any of that has any truth at all.
But what happens now is that ghostly headlights appear at the top of the hill, which we assume is just before or after the bridge, slowly make their way down the hill, and pause before floating onto and over the bridge. And there's not much else to it. We couldn't find any stories in any of our usual places, so if you've been, you're from there, or you have stories about Haunted Sidnaw, let us know.
Yeah, please. Because there's nothing.
Yeah.
It's this one story. That's it. That's all we got.
Yeah. It's kind of giving me Beetlejuice vibes a little bit, except there's a baby daughter involved, but yeah.
Right? So, I then got completely sidetracked and found out other cool stuff. So now we're going to talk about that other cool stuff. And it doesn't really have to do with anything haunted, but we're talking about it. So
it's haunted in the way that history can be haunting.
Correct. Yeah, probably. Yeah. We did find out that during World War II, there was a big German POW camp in Sidnaw. According to lostinmichigan.net, quote, because of the large number of American men serving in the war, the lumber industry requested POWs be used to help with the labor shortage. 251 Germans were held in Sidnaw from February of 1944 until April of 1946. The camp did not have a fence around it, just a couple of guard towers to watch the prisoners. End quote. These were Germans captured by the US in North Africa. Michigan Technical University has a whole military history blog, because of course they do. They're the nerd school. And they describe most of the POWs as enlisted soldiers who were quite shocked to learn that they had been misled by the Nazi Party, and most were relatively friendly with their new neighbors in the UP.
Yeah, they're probably really happy to be out of the war, man.
Right?
They were treated well and given the same kinds of privileges the American soldiers had, and even had a 12-piece orchestra. So they kept past the time. The POWs were paid for their work at the sawmills, and their barracks were always clean and well equipped according to Red Cross inspections. Lost in Michigan writes, quote, one issue that they did have was with the conservation officers who complained about the guards using machine guns and hand grenades to hunt deer while the POWs were out logging. The U.S. government sent limited supplies to the camp, and some fresh venison was a welcomed meal. End quote.
Ah, Americans.
Deer aren't that big. Why would you use a hand grenade?
I
Someone tell us in the comments if you have theories.
oh my god. Or like,
Are you trying to concuss them by just throwing the grenades nearby?
I think they probably just thought it was fun to watch a bunch of deer blow up.
Yeah, probably. You're not going to get any meat that way, but yeah. Yeah.
So there's nothing online about that camp being haunted either. Which, if everything was as generally happy as it seems the place was, that kind of makes sense. MTU talks about how the POWs were actually really reluctant to return to Germany, and many of them regretted having to leave their jobs and friends in Sidna.
That makes
So,
sense.
yeah,
I mean,
they.
famously, my Jewish traditions teacher was a former Nazi. In that he flew planes for the Nazis during World War II. He actually was very anti-Nazi, also extremely anti-communist. He was a weird dude. But he was a POW in the U.S.
Okay.
And he was fine. Like he liked
Right.
it here. He probably would have happily stayed if they let him. He went back to help rebuild Germany, but
Yeah.
he was like 19. He was a young guy, so
Wow.
he
Yeah,
was like,
that's what.
yeah, they weren't mistreated.
No, and that's what the POWs did. Like, they didn't want to return to a absolutely obliterated Germany.
Yeah,
They were like, no,
yeah,
we have lives now, and like it's really hard work, but
yeah,
like we started making a home here, and now we have to go back to a place that it turns out was lying to us the whole time. Like
yeah.
we
And
had.
those were exactly the kinds of Germans that the Allies wanted to send back.
Yeah.
They wanted people who were on their side, so to
Right.
speak. But obviously, my teacher moved back because he was my professor in
Oh,
Michigan.
right. Yeah,
Um,
yeah, yeah.
so
Well, good for him.
he didn't stay for long, I guess. Oh, I don't know how long he stayed, but yeah.
Sure.
But like
Yeah.
it would these guys, these POWs would be exactly the kind of Germans they would want to send back
Yeah.
to rebuild Germany
Oh,
in
for
the
sure.
Allies' image. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that
But
sucks
they
they
were
had to go
like,
back, but
I know. They
yeah,
were
of
like,
course they're gonna go back.
we have lives now.
Yeah. I wonder if they came back. I wonder if any came back to Michigan.
I don't know.
That's fun.
Email us if you're where to be if you're
If you know.
grandparents.
Yeah, grandparents, great grandparents.
Great
Yeah.
grandparents at this point. We're old. Um anyway, I thought that was a really cool bit of history, and I wanted to make sure that we got to spread it around and continue talking about it. Michigan continues to surprise me.
Yeah. And that's probably not something a lot of people know about.
Probably not.
I didn't know
And
about
it
that.
might even be like the area of Sidna, and then that's it.
Yeah, the area may know. And
Yeah.
yeah, that's neat. That's a fun bit of history.
Yeah.
And if people have been there and have had experiences, I would love to hear that too.
Yes, please.
Because that's quite a bit of history. I both would and wouldn't be surprised if there were experiences there or if people were experiencing things.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, interesting. Be an interesting place to visit.
It really would. I know. We'll add it to the list.
I know.
We'll just add it to the list.
Yeah. Well, and there's so many bridges in Michigan. I feel like we could take a road trip anywhere and we could cover a lot of these bridges.
We really could.
I mean,
Like,
we
all
have.
right.
I mean, it was the second episode we did on witches. We talked about a couple of haunted bridges as well.
Yeah,
That Greg and I visited
because witches and bridges just seem to go together like
for whatever reason.
witches and bridges, I guess.
That's one thing. Actually, in this episode, the bridges we talk about, there are people jumping from the bridges, falling from the bridges,
Yeah,
whether it's their just their bodies or their cars, their trucks,
right.
whatever.
Yes.
These are all people falling into the water. Some of the other bridges, especially the last ones we talked about on the witches episode, was people being hung,
That's true. We have like
hanging
bridge, we have haunted
themselves.
bridge themes.
We really, really do.
Yeah.
Because I was thinking, like, didn't we just talk about some haunted bridges? It was like, oh yes, we did in the witches episode.
Yeah.
So if you're into haunted bridges, check that out too.
We have
we talk,
more. We have
yeah,
a first bridges episode. We got some witches on bridges. And then we got this one. We have so many.
so many haunted bridges. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
If any listeners know of any haunted bridges, let us know. Like
Yeah,
any
please.
places near you, because like we said, there are a lot of bridges, a lot of water in this state. I think we're
What?
more water than land,
Crazy.
technically. Um, so yeah, except for Denton. I don't want to hear any more about Denton Bridge.
No.
That
And you
case is
know what's
closed.
funny is I heard about it not that long ago. And I was
Yeah.
like, yeah, but have you been there lately? And the person was older and it was like, no, not since I think the 70s. And I was like, yeah, it's just houses now. It's
Hmm.
nothing. It's like
Yeah.
barely a bridge.
Yep.
Oh, sorry, Denton.
And we've had people tell us too, like, "Oh, do you know about Denton Bridge?" And we're like, "Yeah," and like, "Yeah, there's nothing there." Yeah, we know.
Yeah, we're aware.
And I'm glad
Like,
that you also are aware. Thank you.
yes, we're aware.
Yep. Well, that's it for us tonight. So which haunted bridge are you gonna go find? As usual, you can find us on Blue Sky, Facebook, Instagram, and Tumblr if you do tumbles. We're also on YouTube. My nephews actually find us on YouTube.
Hey.
And of course, we have a Patreon. For just $1 to $3, you get access to our awesome Discord server, which is just wacky. We just talk about weird stuff all day
We're
long.
weird and I like it.
There's our live shows, true crime, and interviews. We've done a few interviews that are on there.
Mhm.
It's all very fun. And every cent goes back into both making and hosting the podcast.
Yeah,
We have not great expenses, but we do have them.
but we do have them.
So take a look. If you just like us and want to support us, that's great too. We love that. And we've told you a number of times this episode, if you want to contact us, you can email contacthauntedmitten@gmail.com.
And as always, happy haunting. Hey, Michigools, content warning. We are going to be speaking a lot more than we thought about suicide tonight. And if that is something that is triggering for you, you might want to skip this one. None of it is in detail, but it does get mentioned quite a bit. Thanks.